Mr. Carton saw Mr. Lorry on his way out of the courtroom. How is the young lady, Mr. Lorry? Mr. Carton, he saw Mr. Lorry. He was going out of the courtroom and inquired from Mr. Lorry, how is the young lady? Inquired about Dr. Manette. Distressed but better. She's quite stressful but better. Mr. Carton also approached the prisoner. He could see the anxiety on the accused face. You wish to hear of Miss Manette? She is much better. Now Mr. Carton approached the prisoner, Charles Darnay. He could see the anxiety on his face, the worry on his face, and he told the prisoner, Miss Manette is much better. I'm so glad to hear it. I'm sorry to have been the cause of her distress. Could you tell her so for me? Now, the prisoner, he said to Carton that he was glad to hear that Miss Manette is quite better, and he felt sorry for being the cause of her distress and asked Carton to tell her about this. He was sorry to Miss Manette. I suppose. Please accept my thanks for your ingenious assistance. These words are said by the prisoner to Mr. Carton. Who was the prisoner here? Charles Darnay. He thanked Mr. Carton for his clever and inventive assistance in the case against him. Carton nodded his head. What do you expect, Mr. Darnay? The worst. What he expect? Very bad is going to happen. An hour and a half passed before the judge came back with his decision. Cruncher had gone to get himself something to eat, and he climbed a step to the courtroom when he saw Mr. Lorry hurrying towards him. After after 1.5 hours, the judge came back along with his decision. In that time, Jerry Gruncher, he went out to bring something for eating, and when he was climbing up the steps, what he saw Mr. Lorry, who was coming towards him very hurriedly. Jerry, take this message back to Tellson's. Who said these words to whom? Mr. Lorry, he said these words to Jerry Cruncher, and he gave him some message for Tellson's. Mr. Lorry handed Jerry a piece of paper on which it said not guilty. Jerry smiled and looked at Mr. Lorry. So last time when he gave the piece of paper on which it was written recall to life, this was he gave the paper on which it is written not guilty. This time Jerry understood what does it mean. If you had sent the message recall to life again, I would have understood what you meant this time. So Jerry Cruncher, he told that if he had sent the message recall to life again, this time he would understand what's the meaning of this word here. This time he wrote that message not guilty. Before that, what message was given? Recall to life. Some minutes later, Dr. Manette, Lucy Manette and Lorry stood gathered around Mr. Darnay, congratulating him on his escape from death. You know, in the very beginning, the accused person was going to be hanged, and the courtroom was filled with the people. Now this man, Charles Darnay, he escaped. Okay, that's why it's written here, escaped from death. Some minutes later, and after some time, Dr. Manette, Lucy Manette and Lorry, they all were standing around Mr. Darnay, who got escaped from his death. Darnay kissed Miss Manette's hand gratefully and turned to shake his hand with Stryver, who had just pushed his way into his company. And when they all were standing there, Mr. Stryver also came there. I owe you my life, Mr. Stryver. Darnay said these words to Stryver. I'm glad to have cleared your name, Mr. Darnay. Mr. Lorry stepped out from behind the large man. So he was happy that his name was not there in that accused one. You did a remarkable job. You have done a very good job. You think so? Well, you ought to know you were there all the day. And You have done a very good job. You know better about that. Yes, yes, but Miss Manet is not well, and it has been a tiring day for us all. I suggest we'll go home now, said Mr. Lorry. So Mr. Lorry, he said that Miss Manet is not feeling well. As you know, in the previous page, you have seen that she burst into tears and she was not feeling well. So Mr. Lorry suggested them to go home at that time. Speak for yourself, said Mr. Stewart loudly. I have got a night's work to do. So Mr. Stewart, he said loudly, speak for yourself. You are not feeling well, Mr. Lorry. I have got a night's work to do. I will do that work. I speak for myself, Mr. Darnay, Miss Lucy Ann. Mr. Lorry, what he said, I speak for myself. I am also tired, exhausted. Mr. Lorry looked at Dr. Manette, whose face seemed frozen and whose eyes were fixed on Darnay with a curious, intent look, a frown of dislike and distrust. Lucy softly laid her hand on her father's. Mr. Lorry, he looked at Dr. Manette, and what he saw there, his face seemed frozen, means cold look was there, and his eyes were fixed on Darnay, and there was a curiousness in his look. Curiousness, and he was looking at him by frowning his face. That frowning shows that he dislike and distrust Mr. Darnay. Lucy softly placed her hand on her father's. My father, shall we go home, my father? And she asked father for going home. Her voice shook the shadow off the doctor's face and he agreed. And this shook the shadow off means firstly he had a frowning look. Now that frowning look, it was gone, and he agreed to go home. Soon a carriage was brought round and Lucy and the doctor got in. Then Mr. Lorry left wishing Darnay well, as did Stewart, and then they all went from there. Charles Darnay was now alone. Mr. Carton had been leaning against a wall, watching from a distance. When everyone left, Carton came over to where Darnay was standing. When they all left from there, Mr. Carton, he was looking all of them, and he was leaning against a wall. And then when they all left there, he approached Darnay. Well, how do you feel? I hardly feel I belong to this world yet. I am so faint with hunger. Now, Carton, he inquired from Darnay how he was feeling. For that, Darnay, what he answered there, he was feeling very hungry. Let me take you to a little nearby tavern. Then tavern means restaurant or inn. Soon they were in dark place below ground level. They sat by themselves at a table in the corner and ordered. While eating, Carton looked at Darnay intensely. Very grave, serious look he had on Darnay, Mr. Carton. How does it feel to have a sympathy and compassion of such a fair lady, Mr. Darnay? Is it worth being tried for one's life? Now, after that, he inquired about that fair lady. Who is the fair lady here? Miss Manet, Miss Lucy Manet. Darnay didn't say a word and Carton continued. For that, Darnay did not answer for winning the sympathy and compassion of a fair lady. He did not answer for that. And Carton continued to speak. She was very pleased indeed to receive your message when I gave it to her. Not that she showed it, but I think she was. And when to continue the talk, what he said, Miss Manet was very happy when she received your message to give witness in your favor. So I gave it her, the message, but she did not show any kind of feeling. Her please, her happiness she did not show, but I think she was very happy in receiving. These words reminded Darnay that this disagreeable companion had of his own free will helped him, so he decided to change the subject. Mr. Darnay, he understood. He did not agree, but he wanted to change the topic here. I wish to thank you for what you did for me today. How he changed the topic? By telling him that he was very thanked that how he saved his life.